Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, Louisville homeowners are set to sound off over controversial building codes. Why they say the rules are holding them back from rebuilding after the Marshall Fire.
President Biden will give his State of the Union address tonight, and now Russia's invasion of Ukraine is expected to be a key topic. This morning, international groups are investigating potential crimes against humanity as we see new satellite images of Russian troops closing in on the capital.
And satellites made right here in Colorado are set to blast off to outer space today, and they'll change how we forecast powerful storms and even fires. Pretty wild how far forecasting has come. And we know every second counts when we're trying to protect ourselves. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. You know, it's pretty easy to do your job today, Lisa, I would say, without any technology.
That?
Sorry.
Ouch.
Sorry. I mean, it's just so nice outside.
You know what I'm going to do? Nicole, I'm going to bring back the magnets that Mike used to use back in the day. Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, pretty easy. But the storm that's going to hit this weekend, that'll change things up a bit. Gorgeous right now, though. We do have clear skies, lots of sunshine in store today. Tomorrow, you're going to find it gets even warmer. Today, we're looking at highs that are going to be right around 65 degrees. Right now, 40, so that's going to be a good 20 to 25 degree warm up by this afternoon. Winds out of the southwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we do have some breezy conditions this morning. Not gusty though, but it's going to be that southwesterly wind that pushes us to near 60 by noon. Low to mid 60s here between about 2 and 3 o'clock. Up and down the Front Range, warm. Look at southeastern Colorado, La Junta, Pueblo, Trinidad, all right around 70 to 75, 40s in the mountains. So a little hint, a little taste of spring out there today. Tomorrow, Thursday. We're actually tracking rain showers on Friday. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Is that what I taste right now?
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of spring?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
yeah, well, you know.
It's delicious.
Not quite as good as Waffle House, but okay. Right, we do have a good drive going on for us right now. Highway 36 looking wide open between Boulder and Denver. Not seeing any problems really citywide. We had some overnight construction here and there, but for the most part, a really smooth drive going through Broomfield and Superior. Highway 93 also looks great. Did have some road work out to the west side of town, out to the east side of town, but I am not seeing any slowing because of it. Denver Tech Center 225 and the drive tour from the airport look great. We'll take a look at the other travel times up to that north side in just a minute.
Debris removal could begin as early as today for areas devastated by the Marshall Fire. Boulder County announced the timeline when selecting a contractor out of Louisiana last month. The company believes it can complete the cleanup by July 1st if the weather cooperates. Meanwhile, Marshall Fire victims in Louisville trying to rebuild their lives say new building codes are getting in their way. Ahead of a meeting tonight, Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us now with the requirements they want city leaders to set aside, at least for now. Christian.
Yeah, people who lost their homes here want the council to suspend new building codes that would make it more expensive to rebuild here. These new building codes went into effect in 2021, just a month before the Marshall Fire hit, and homeowners say that all of this would cause rebuilding to be a lot more expensive. Now, this is because new homes would have to be net zero, which means Energy Star appliances, higher insulation materials, solar panels, and other things like vehicle charging stations. And residents say it would all cost an additional $20,000 to $100,000 at a time where they're already dealing with so much.
It's been an overwhelming experience. No 2 days are alike. We're just trying to stabilize our lives.
The council will be discussing this tonight. The meeting starts at 6 o'clock, and they expect to hear from a lot of people who are passionate about this issue. Live in Louisville this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office is also asking Marshall Fire victims to remember to report if they lost any firearms during the fire. However, in order to report a missing firearm, you need to have the serial number to it. If you lost that, you can call the place where you bought the gun from, and they should have a record. The Isabella Joy Thallis Act went into effect last year, requiring gun owners to report lost or stolen firearms.
Colorado Attorney General Phil Weiser is suing several companies who make a special spray foam to fight fires. PFAS are known as forever chemicals and have been linked to cancer and birth defects. Remnants of them have ended up in our water sources. Weiser filed the suit in Denver District Court against DuPont, Corteva, and ChemGuard. He says the companies have been discharging these chemicals while knowing how dangerous they are. A spokesperson for DuPont said the complaint is without merit.
Turning our attention overseas now, a convoy of Russian troops is moving closer to Ukraine's capital. Take a look at this. Satellite images show the column of tanks and vehicles stretches 40 miles. It comes as there are reports civilians are now being targeted by Russian forces. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Overnight, a new round of bombs hitting Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, as the Russian invasion enters day 6. Now the International Criminal Court says it will investigate potential crimes against humanity in Ukraine.
16.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky accusing Russia of war crimes. In this video from Monday, human rights organizations accuse Russian forces of using cluster bombs to pummel a residential neighborhood in Kharkiv. The weapon is banned by many countries. The bombs open mid-air just above their target, then rain down hundreds of smaller munitions over a large area. Zelensky also accuses Russia of using highly condemned thermobaric bombs, which draw in oxygen from the atmosphere to create a devastating explosion. Now, Ukraine's prosecutor general is posting video and pictures to social media of damage in Kharkiv. President Zelensky also signing an application to join the European Union, a largely symbolic move because the process could take years. Zelensky also requesting a no-fly zone over Ukraine. But the White House is dismissing that idea.
It would essentially mean the U.S. military would be shooting down planes, Russian planes. That is definitely escalatory. That is not something the president wants to do.
This morning, an ominous new sign from the front lines. Satellite images now show a convoy of Russian military vehicles and tanks approaching the capital, Kyiv. The convoy stretching an estimated 40 miles. Meanwhile, in Moscow, the Russian economy feeling the shock of Western sanctions. Russians waiting in long lines at banks and ATMs, running out of cash, their currency crashing. But President Putin remaining defiant, calling the West an empire of lies. More than 400 civilian casualties have now been reported in Ukraine, but officials say the number could be far higher. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
By the way, the Colorado House passed a resolution to support Ukraine 3 days after it passed unanimously in the Senate. And Colorado Representative Jason Crow has also introduced legislation in Congress to support an independent and democratic Ukraine. A Colorado coffee company is supporting Ukraine all week long. Dazbog Coffee Company will be donating a portion of its sales to relief efforts led by the International Committee of the Red Cross. Dazbog was founded by Anatoly and Leo Yufa, brothers who fled Russia in the late 1970s with their family.
What we want to do is we want to give back, just like the community here has given back to us. We want to give back to Ukrainians and let them have the sense of freedom that they've had before this invasion.
Coffee is just one of the many ways you can help support the people of Ukraine. This morning, we have a list of other ways right now on thedenverchannel.com.
Crews in Brighton are working as fast as they can to repair these sinkholes. The city says it's working with a contractor, but it could take a few days. And right now, a 4-block area of the city is shut down for that work. So we want to get to traffic expert Jason Luber with how to get around this, Jason.
Yeah, let me show you in that area right here on the north side of Brighton, north of Bridge Street. So it's right in this area here where these sinkholes are causing the road closures. And really, Longs Peak Street goes across the railroad tracks. It's one of a couple, 168th or 160th Brighton or Bridge Street rather, will get you across those. But it's pretty residential through there, so I'm not going to anticipate any big traffic issues there in Brighton. Speaking of Brighton, Highway 85, take a look at Highway 85 from the camera down there, right by E470. It looks just fine. So traffic moving along really nicely here to that north side of town.
And we are looking at now just about 5-10 temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. Take a look at your bus stop planner. We'll see lots of sunshine today. Upper 30s as your kids are heading out this morning. We're going to hit highs right around 62 to near 65. So it's a warm one. Sunny skies today, and you guys were looking at some even warmer conditions tomorrow. Details coming up.
Well, Lisa and other forecasters around the world are about to get better technology in orbit. We'll have details on a brand new satellite built right here in Colorado.
And it is time for another Nest Watch. Eagle-eyed viewers say Stanley Lake's Eagle couple is expecting a new addition. And before we head to break, nice segue here, some great photos from across Colorado. You can play this live Zen stream on your TV anytime on the free Denver 7 Plus app for Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Android.